And this is Relationship Issues with Heidi and Anna.
Honest conversation here.
Okay, I'm back with Heidi Michelle May, founder of Aesthetic Laundry.
Hello,
Hi, Heidi.
hello.
We're back again to talk about you managing people, but I feel like we can't talk about it until we've discussed our awesome co-ords.
Anna is obsessed with the co-ords.
I am actually obsessed with this outfit. I love this outfit. How could you not be? I love it so much. Thank you for letting me wear your beautiful clothing.
You're very welcome. Very well. You
Thank
should
you
take
so
it on holiday.
much.
You should take it on holiday.
I'm going to just show anyone, I'm going to hand out business cards of just where to buy this outfit from. Your business is rapidly expanded in the last few years, in the last few months as well, particularly.
It's so weird. It went from like, doo, with me, and then like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
3 people. Wow.
It's kind of exploded, which is awesome. But how have you dealt with kind of managing yourself and managing your creativity and also your team now?
Oh, well, not very well.
I don't think you're being really humble.
Oh my God, it was so hard. The last 3 months have been the best 3 months of my life, but the worst. Like,
okay.
Oh my God, I didn't realise how. I thought I was stressed before, and I thought I was like, I'd get worked up or get worried or nervous before, but now. Ramping up you ramp up, you have to pay salary, so you have to worry about that. Then you have to always be on, and a bit like you have office hours now, so we have 9 till 5 or 9 till 5:30 every day.
Structure,
and I'm like,
which is difficult to be creative in a structure as well. I think that's quite hard.
It's so difficult because you're like. You're almost prescribed, but in the loosest way. Like, we're all really good, and we all have meetings quite a lot, and we'll all have chats. Like, and it's all quite fluid, which is really good. But then some things are like rigid, and you're like, oh no. So it's like you could like, and then now and after, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, but amazing. I don't want. Yeah.
But you did a lot in once because obviously we're friends. We know each other. Well, you moved house, and also everything was going on at once. That was a lot of kind of brain stuff.
I couldn't cope. I was literally like going to work, and then I'd go to the studio, and that used to be like my escape, kind of, because then I'd have to do life admin, and I don't like, my boyfriend will tell you, I don't like life admin, anything to do with like the internet or bills, and I'm like, just bury my head in the sand. So I just come to my sanctuary of the studio, but then when people were in, it was like, right, so meeting with Joss, we have a meeting for the first hour, like powwow, we call it, and we have like coffee and catch up and whatever, and then like plan the day, and then so that had to be on for that hour, and then Liv comes in at 10, she's like, right, what are we doing today, what am I doing, I'm going out to do this shoot, and we're like, we're going to do this, and then that is then, and then sometimes Anna will be in like 2 days a week, and she sews, so then I have to manage her sewing and that kind of thing, and like and then you'd go home and you'd be like, so can we look for houses? And I'd be like,
absolutely not.
Yeah, I just was like,
I need a bath now.
Yeah, and then it was just like faff. Just so much.
Too much. So now you've kind of gone straight a little bit more on being your creative, wonderful self, and the new stuff that's coming, which is exciting.
So now moved house.
Yeah.
Now we live in Shoreditch, which is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Very loud, but very
trendy. I think it fits the vibe as well of these gorgeous clothes, and your brand and was very Shoreditch.
I've been dressing up more, purely because I think like Shoreditch.
Oh, people are just so cool there. I don't know if I'm cool enough to be there, but now I am.
Of course you are. Of course you can work for the brand too.
I'm so lady sucking me in.
No.
So when did you realise that you needed more staff and you were drowning a little bit and you needed some help?
When my body, one function after another, was just shutting down, and then it was like, I can't deal. I was literally so tired, and then just doing everything. And it's not till some people will help you, and then or like come in for the day, and then you're like, whoa, it would be so much easier if someone else could. And then Joss and I have been friends for a while, and we basically wrote down. We out of all of our friends are the only people who do fashion, and so we'd always get really annoyed with like the fashion industry and the traits that the fashion industry had, and so like Joss was the first, like Joss and Liv came on at the same time, but Joss was the first, like we were like, right, oh my God, if we could work together this would be the dream because of this and this, and then so we were like, let's just meet and just say if possibly this could work, because you never know if it can work or not, you never know.
Yeah, of course. And also friendship's different to a business relationship as well, like that's all kind of a different scenario.
Yeah, so then we just met in a cafe, and then I wrote down basically everything, like, because we just chatted a lot in the past, and Joss was like, everything that you don't like doing, I love doing. and then everything you like, you know, like I don't like doing,
Yeah.
you love doing. So I was like, let's put something together. Like I wrote all that down on a piece of paper, all the stuff that I can't do.
Yeah.
And then Joss wrote down all the stuff she thinks she could do. And we both turned it over, and it was literally the same thing.
Oh my
and
goodness.
I was like, the stars have aligned.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy. So then I was like, yes. And then I was like, this needs to happen.
That's so exciting that you've also found someone that you think you can trust with your business, like with your baby. Like that must be really hard. Is it difficult to delegate when you have, you know, put your heart and soul into this?
Very much so. So there's Joss, and there's Liv, and then so Liv was like a friend of a friend who we met like twice, and then she's from Australia, and then like really randomly the stars aligned there, and then she came over, and I was like, yes, she was lovely, and I met her in Norwich, and I was like, just come and you can stay at my house for a couple of days in London, and then I was like, you're awesome. Like then she came back to like travel like 6 months later, and then she stayed at my house for another 2 weeks, and then came to help out with the brand like creatively. And then she was doing photo shoots and styling. She sort of like upped the ante styling wise, because I like to think I've got the coolest brand ever. But then when someone else comes in with a vision and then goes, yeah, but this makeup or this, and I'd be like, oh, no. And then you'd be like, she would be like, trust me. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, whoa, I never would have come up with that. Yeah. So that was like, so then that was another thing another moment where I was like, we need her. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. And again, that you allowed her to do her thing and be creative, and you trusted her with that, which is a big deal.
It's taken a while, poor Liv, because I was so worried. I honestly, like at the beginning, I was so worried. I was like, what if I'm like, look, what if it's not just me? Like, I built this and it's my like baby.
Yeah,
and then I was like, what if someone else comes along and likes the other girls more? Or do you know what? It was really weird. Or like, you know, like it changes. And then I'm like, oh, or like if someone else's idea is better than mine, like I'm really competitive and love to be the best. And I'm nice. I like to think I'm nice.
I think that's an entrepreneurial thing though as well, isn't it? Like the motivation to be the best and succeed and stuff. You have to have that strong competitive drive to even, you know, have a look at. And so but
it's just when someone and then the weird thing was as well, like explaining your vision and then having someone else take it, and then like also it's like explaining what you do day to day. I would not think. If I wanted to do something, I just ask myself, oh, do I want to do this? Yeah, probably. All right, then let's go. And that would be it. But now it's like explaining to 2 other people, like one like creative direction or the other, do you know what I mean? Like the strategy and how we're going to actually execute it and when and why and how it works. It's just, I'm rambling.
No, you're not rambling at all.
It's quite hard. But now, like Liv kept saying, it'll be weird until it's not weird. It'll be weird until everyone finds...
Until it just becomes a really well-oiled machine and you all just work together. That's kind of going to be my next question, because, you know, when you bring new people on, they're obviously going to have their own ideas and their own voice, and they, you know, they're invested too in the same way. So, I mean, we've kind of answered it a little bit, but how do you deal with this kind of melting pot of creative ideas? Do you sort of...
Not very well.
Do you talk them through, or do you sort of like... Do you instantly know which idea, you know, fits better, and you're kind of quite happy to lead that charge?
I don't know. I think it's working
still working out how it's all working, because it's new, isn't it? That you've got all these...
but like it's, you know, like it's weird. It will be weird until it's not. Like now, like it was so cool the other day. I was literally headphones in trying to type out some stuff, and then Joss and Liv were discussing something and for ages it's been like. They've been coming to me because everything, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where
you're the centralised system, and then they kind of filters through you, but
now it doesn't, because they know, and I was like, oh my God, and I was like, nope. And it was so cool.
But that's nice.
That was really cool.
That's nice knowing that they've taken your vision and they're making decisions on, like, autonomously, completely keeping within the brand and stuff like that. So it sounds like you're managing people very well.
No,
it seems like they're doing a great job too.
They are.
It also seems that you're not afraid to sort of nurture your team, knowing you as a person and knowing your brand, and that you're sort of allowing people to have a platform to kind of grow with the business, grow themselves. Is that something you're really keen to kind of promote?
Yeah, definitely. Like Joss, she goes out and she's part of, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like a network of like young... It's like helping young girls who wouldn't necessarily have an opportunity, and like going into high schools and mentoring.
Amazing.
Like girls and not knowing what they want to do for a career and things like that. And then Liv also has her own sort of platform with Liv's Looks. Like she's very into styling and makeup, and is always in a vintage shop buying the next new piece or whatever. And then then she has her own platform, and she's been taking out and styling. And we were like, you're so good. We like, this is what we want to push from you, because you're you know, like...
That's your speciality, that's your niche.
Like everyone has their own like if you want to do it, like, just we'll leave an hour early to go do that, fine. Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's quite nice how it's a flexible environment like
absolutely.
that. I don't know.
No, absolutely. And, you know, the benefit of having your own brand and your own company means that you can choose who you work with, and you work with a lot of schools as well, which I think is definitely worth mentioning because, as you said, there's young women and, you know, young men, there's young people out there who might be intimidated by this, but they're actually, you know, kind of finding their path using what you're doing. So I think that's really great.
I went into the school the other day thinking I was just going to go give a talk to a class.
Yeah.
And of like 10 people, like, or like a little class. Because where I come from, the schools are very tiny in the village.
Right, yeah.
And then we get in and there's like giant auditorium. And they're like, oh, come in, sit down. And there's a desk at the front. And
you're like, is this mic on? That's scary.
And I was like, I'm going to have to talk to. And then in came one class and they were like, oh, we're just waiting for B, C, and D. It was like A, B, C, D. 4 classes, 4 lots of kids. All of their parents came in, and then all of the other classes came in to watch, and I was like, and then they said, introduce yourself, Heidi. And I was
my
like,
goodness.
hello, didn't know I was going to do this, but then
Yeah, schools where I come are really tiny as well, so that's scary.
There was like 32 children in my whole school when I was little.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's mad.
So
Like
you
2
weren't
people
prepped.
in my year at one point. Yeah, mad.
Oh my God. Well, Heidi, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for talking to me about how well you're doing managing people.
I don't know.
Bye.